Hello, I'm Janet.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Amber.
And we are two girls and a bottle of wine.
Because men like food.
And girls like wine. I'm just going to go for it every time. And if you guys catch up, that's fine.
It's really weird. I always feel like I'm in tune with Janet, but I feel like Amber's way behind.
Maybe there's a delay because she
That's
lives
why I
in
don't do
Broomfield.
Yeah. And I'm using like wireless headsets. So I think that could be part of it. Oh, Janet's got the COVID.
No, I was just sneezing. I have a deviated
COVID
septum.
Got the Rona.
I got notified this morning that my name has been added to the possible list to go back to the office next week, and it's fine, except for I sneeze every day. And I'm like, people are going to freak out. Like, I need a doctor's note that says I have a deviated septum. I don't have COVID.
So isn't that sad? Like, because I have one of my team members ask me the same thing. She's like, I suffer from allergies. I don't want, like, people being
judgy,
COVIDist against me.
COVIDist.
Thinking that I have COVID and I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't find, like, the saline rinse that I use on a daily basis is, like, nowhere to be found on Amazon all of a sudden. And I'm like,
oh,
dang it. People are, like, using my secret weapon. So the sneezes have been a little worse.
I love my neti pot that Pat got me for Christmas.
Every time I have tried to use a neti pot, I get sick.
Really?
I think my septum is deviated so it, like, doesn't work, but the saline spritz is a lighter, it's not a heavy flow. We're talking about nasal rinses. Yay! So
seriously though, it's been a game changer. I mean, in terms of keeping me from getting sick.
Yeah, ever since I started doing the saline rinses, I don't get as sick.
Yeah. Even if, like, you're outside doing weeding for, like, a day and then you go do it'll get rid of all the allergens that build up.
Or if you're cleaning your basement and all the dust.
Yep.
So what are we drinking tonight, girls?
So I'm drinking Quarantine Pinot Noir.
Yes. Tell us about that. There's a story behind it.
So this is the wine that is by the Kutchers. Hang on. Is that me doing that?
What?
The Kutchers?
The Kutchers.
That's funny. The Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton
and Mila.
Mila. I couldn't think of their names.
So they collaborated with a wine company, and all of the profits, so 100% of the profits from this section of wine or whatever, from the quarantine wine, will go to current global response charities and organizations for COVID awareness.
That's awesome.
And all of that. So, but it's actually really good. I was a little concerned, but that it might not taste good, but it is really good. It's very smooth. It's not very acidic, and I love it.
Where do you buy it?
Nice.
So online, you buy it through their.
That's like saying on the world.
I know. It's officialquarantinewine.com.
Okay.
And I think you can get like 2 bottles for $50. I don't know. I might be making that up. I have no idea how much that wine costed. I just bought it.
But it's good.
Very good. I didn't even need like a little aerator or anything with it. It was really good.
Nice.
Ashley, what are you drinking?
I am lame. I am drinking Tito's and watermelon schnapps and watermelon bubbly and a lime.
That's not lame.
Oh my God, I want what you're drinking.
That sounds very appropriate for today's weather because it's semi-sunny and warmish.
I know. I was just like, I was staring at the watermelon bubbly, and then I looked at our liquor cabinet, and I was like, oh, look, I have watermelon schnapps. I think those would go well together.
Very nice. I'm drinking some Wild Card. It's a 2018 Moscato from the Red 55 Winery, or Miranda's Winery. I love Miranda.
That bottle looks empty, Janet.
Yeah, I started drinking it this last weekend, and I just, there was only like that much left, and I poured it in a cup and said, this is my podcast wine. Yeah. So what have you guys been up to? Did you get your air conditioning installed, Amber?
We did. However, it's been so cool that we haven't been able to actually turn it on. So we couldn't get it fully running because you need it to like circulate through the house or something. But it's been so cold that it wouldn't like function properly. So we're waiting for it to warm up. So that way our guy can come back out and like officially turn it on.
Nice.
You might be waiting a little while. We're supposed to get rain and cool weather this weekend.
I'm okay with it though, because we at least got a fan. Like we didn't have a fan. Oh. So now we can at least turn a fan on, in the house, which has been really helpful the last day or two.
I am stoked about the rain this weekend. I'm really happy about how the weather's been, actually. Can you hear that? No. Okay, good.
Oh, a little bit, but it's okay.
I've gotten really into walking, and this rainy crap has really affected that. I went from getting like 15,000 steps a day to 2.
Yeah, I know. I was not happy on Monday when it was pretty rainy on my stupid day off.
I had my heater on. I had my fireplace on. I had my bedroom heater on just to circulate heat in the house. I was freezing because I sit all day. I need Amber's internal heater.
Yeah, I was like, I would love that.
If you could bottle that.
I did turn the heater on for like, I don't know, enough time to get the house up to temperature and then turned it back off. Because it was just like, just to get the chill out of the air.
Yeah. I had layers on. I had my leggings on. On top of that, I had fleece. This is not May weather.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. We've actually had a spring.
That's not spring. Where are you from, yo? Spring is warm.
Spring in Denver. Where are you from?
Missouri.
We normally get snow this time.
I have been here for 14 years, and I still have not adjusted to the seasons.
Yeah, it's basically everything's back a month.
It's so ridiculous.
It really is.
I was going to switch my closets this last weekend, and I looked at the weather forecast, and I was like, well, even though my wardrobe for stay-at-home work is not going to change, it's going to be leggings and hoodies and tank tops under the hoodies. I was like, no, that's a lot of effort for something I can't use. But now that I'm going back to the office, I'm definitely changing the closet this next weekend.
But you did at least get to park in your parking garage, which I forgot to talk about on Marco Polo.
Bring this up. So all last week, after work every day, I was just organizing the garage. I wasn't throwing anything away. I was just organizing. And I was like, maybe I can get the Jeep into the garage. Because spring storms bring hail. And you've seen our garage. It's not at a great angle to pull into, but my husband is not home, so his car is not here. So I'm like, I can utilize the garage while he's gone. So Friday, early evening, I was able to pull the Jeep into the garage. So then Saturday, I went and bought an actual garage door opener, and they are installing that on Friday. I'm going to have an actual garage that comes up and down with a push of a button. I'm so excited. You don't know what you have until you don't have it.
It's true.
Can you imagine? I don't even know why they would build a house without a motorized garage opener.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Steve's like, oh, I think it was like an add-on cost. And I was like, and why didn't you? Because I think I'm spending like...
I was going to say, it's like less than $100.
Well, I had to pay like $120 for the unit. And then like with taxes and an installation fee, it's going to be like $400. But why wouldn't you tap that on to your mortgage?
Yeah, that's... I'm very grateful that Pat installed our garage door opener.
Look at
himself.
You being all fancy with your husband. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that was all Pat. That was nothing to do with me.
I
just came home one day and it worked.
Does yours work with your phone?
You can add an app to it, but really why we got it is because it has the external box that you can put the digits into.
Yeah, this one has that as well.
And that's helpful for like if we have guests come or whatnot, we can just give them the code.
I'm so excited. But, you know, what this means is when Steve does return, I think his car has to park on the street. Because because how am I going to pull into the garage?
Right? He's got the Mini Cooper. Just tell him that he's got a Italian job. Pull it into the house so that it's like at an angle adjacent to how you would pull into the garage.
It takes me the whole driveway to pull into that garage.
Yeah, no. So I'm just saying he needs to park up at the front near the house, and he needs to like pull that e-brake up, and he needs to, instead of parking parallel, park perpendicular.
Oh dear.
The other way. So he pulls that e-brake and he just slides right in.
Yeah. We will see. We will see. I'm not sure when he is returning home, so I will at least reap the reward for some time. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah. Ashley, what have you been up to?
Oh, just some house stuff, and we made a couple masks. I've been getting very frustrated with material because in Denver County made it
mandatory
to wear a mask. So I assumed other cities or counties would follow. And I did find a place online that sold a couple masks. So I got them, but they're not great. They're not exactly what I want because I fall into that high risk category. So I have been, we scoured the internet for a couple styles, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that we have, it has like an outer layer and an inner layer. And on the inner layer, it has like a pocket that's almost like a hoodie pocket where it's got a slide. So you can put a filter in there.
Ooh.
So I've been working on perfecting my sewing skills, which have gotten better each iteration. But the problem is that nobody has fabric in stock. So I've been having to go through my closet and find clothing that I don't like anymore that meets the code, which is basically you want like 100% cotton. You want something breathable. And things that are not 100% cotton, for everyone's knowledge, are way harder to sew and do not hold their shape. So it's been a lot of trial and error and a lot of nights where I've yelled and thrown things across the room. So yeah.
Aw, that's where your time's gone. I think on Marco Polo you said, I don't understand where my time has gone.
I know. Yeah, and we've been trying to be like more active with the dogs and taking them for walks. Like I took them for a walk on my lunch break today, and I power walked each of them once, and I was like sweating by the end. They were not, but you know.
Oh, follow up to last week's story. Remember last week how I told you I was walking and like this dog like scared the crap out of me? So It was Monday morning. I was on a walk and I saw the dogs, and owner still doesn't have them on a leash, which I don't care. I just worry, like, if I were out walking Butterfly, what would that look like? Anyway, so the dog comes... the dog comes running up to me, and the owner comes walking up. He's like, I'm so sorry. There's this lady. She walks, and she gives them treats. And so now everyone seems to have treats in their mind. So it really, like, started my day off with a smile. I was like, hi, buddy. I wasn't scared this time because I saw it coming. Yeah. I know. And I was like, hey, buddy. And so now I carry treats in my pocket for if I saw them from, like, 20 feet this morning, and I was like waving like, I'm okay, buddy, because I saw him. He was crouched down with his dogs because there was another dog coming. So I think he's a very responsible dog parent, and he's very mindful of his surroundings, which is good. I think that one morning when the dog scared me, I was walking away and I didn't see them, and the dog just broke away thinking I was a treat lady.
Yeah. Now you are the treat lady.
Yeah. I am. I'm so excited for when I get close to them again. Like, it motivates me to get out of bed earlier than I have to go on a walk and maybe see the white labs. Yeah. It's the small things. It really is. So what's going on in Bachelor Nation news?
So all the links that I sent you guys are now in our text messaging. But
and I can't pull
there
those
was a
up.
bunch of
I was hoping you could.
About a year ago was when Hannah Brown's season was. Mm-hmm. And so she posted that she was reflecting on that time and how she had already had a feeling that on the final ceremony or whatever you want to call it that I can't think of, she knew that something didn't feel right. And although she probably kind of wishes that she hadn't gone down the road she did, at the same time, she's thankful that it brought her to where she is. And so there was an article talking about how she was faking her smile during her engagement photos. And yeah, because you should have chose Tyler, you fucking moron.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Did you see where her mom, like, shaded Jed?
Did I? I feel like I did.
She posted a photo on Mother's Day with a picture of her and her son about how she was thankful to be able to spend another Mother's Day with her son and that he's going to be okay. I guess maybe did he have like health issues? I don't know. Like he's going to be okay. And then like at the end she was like, and I'm so thankful to not have a son-in-law who I can barely stand to hear sing, or his singing voice drives me nuts or something. It was nice. It was very shady, and I'm like, are you trying to get up there with Barb? Trying to like get highlighted like with Barb?
Probably.
But
that woman.
I can't believe it's already been a year since
I know
Hannah Brown and Jed.
It's crazy.
It's insanity.
Yeah, and she dodged such a bullet.
So yeah,
she did.
But then she like missed an opportunity with Tyler.
She did.
But now that his mother has passed away, he's come out and said he's not quite ready to date. You know, he's having to care for his brothers. And
they had him on ET the other night.
He's been everywhere.
ET. Access Hollywood? I don't know. Whatever is before whatever I actually want to watch comes on. Like after the news.
What was he saying?
Same thing. He was saying that like he's single and he's not in a position to date, and that was about it.
Oh.
What they're doing in quarantine still.
So the next like Bachelor rendition starts in June 6th? Question mark? Anyone know?
Is that the whole
I don't know,
like we're gonna?
I'm not watching it.
But so I'm on this podcast trying to convince you that it might be a good idea because we haven't watched a lot of Bachelor. Like I came back on and I know you have, Amber. But I'm talking to Ashley. This is my plea to Ashley. We haven't watched a lot of the Bachelor seasons, so this will be our time to get caught up in Bachelor Land.
I would be more apt to watch it if they were showing like or if they were rehashing like Bachelor Pad, because I never saw Bachelor Pad back in the day.
See, and that's how I feel about this. Because I want to see the things that I've missed. Like you talk about these people that were on past Bachelor seasons that I know nothing about. And I'm like, Allie, yeah.
I will agree to watch the first episode
and see what it is.
Yeah.
And I will promise to watch Amazing Race when it comes back out.
I know. Amber mentioned I should think of a television show to make you guys watch.
I thought it was Amazing Race.
Well, it is.
Yeah, but we can't watch that now.
Yeah.
Got it. What? Have you thought of that?
Not yet.
Okay.
So
it's in the think tank.
If any listeners have suggestions.
Yeah, you can message us. 2girlsandabottle-of-wine@gmail.com.
Yeah, what Janet was referring to earlier was we on our Marco Polo, they all talk about the Janet really talks about the television shows that
we'll get to that at the end of the podcast.
And I said I wish I had more time in the day to watch that. It takes me like 4 days to watch an episode of something. Like the fact that I watched Listen to Your Heart in one sitting is pretty phenomenal.
So I have to say, like, there's a huge difference in when Steve was here and when Steve left. Like, I have full control of what I watch, and I can be super productive. I can clean out the garage. I did landscaping in our backyard this last weekend. I was super productive, but then I still binged, like, 3 seasons of shows. I don't want to count the hours. So I think there's a big difference. You have Pat home, and and he's there and you're spending time with him, and you have big dogs that require more maintenance than my dog.
That's true. They do.
Like, she gets to our corner from our house, which is like, what is it, 100 feet? And she's like, carry me.
On the edge there?
Yes. So, yeah. You have active people and dogs in your life. And Amber has the same thing. And she's reading a lot. But we'll get to it at the end of the podcast about what we're reading, what we're watching, what we're listening to, all of those things. Other Bachelor news? Chris Harrison was on an interview that said that they are going to do the Bachelorette season. They're probably going to do it outside of California because California, I think LA mentioned that they might be locked down until July or August.
You should go to New Zealand.
Yeah. Amber, you're frozen.
No COVID.
Okay, there you are.
Oh, she's back.
She's back. And they might rent out a resort and do everything on site, which will be different, but it's better than nothing, right?
For sure.
Well, how are they going to stage all those fake couples and fake interactions with the general public?
Whole
that
new
they
version.
Do?
They'll totally find a way, Ashley.
They will.
They just have some people wander on the
I'm
rented
lost.
Out resort.
Where am I? It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but I'm excited. I am. Anything is better than what we have. Speaking of what we have, you want to talk about Listen to Your Heart?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So, what are your initial feelings after this last episode? We're coming up. The next week is the very last episode. What are your initial feelings?
I think the right people are in the finals.
Yeah. I would agree.
So no one is super sad about Natasha and Natasha's guy?
We'll get to it, but that was not my favorite rendition of that song.
But they killed it the last couple of weeks.
They have.
Yeah. I mean, talent-wise, like, I read an article and I almost sent it to you guys, but it was talking about, we sat about Natasha and, what was his name? Ryan.
See, I keep forgetting his name as well.
I'm like John Mayer lookalike.
Right. And I think that's why he insists on playing the guitar.
They were talking about how, they had really good onstage chemistry, but was that all just a lie? And essentially the question was, are they still together? Are they still trying to make it work post Listen to Your Heart? And they are not. So clearly that was just onstage chemistry and they were in it to win it.
Yeah.
She's going to obviously have a career on her own.
I think he could too.
As John Mayer's backup.
I mean, I think that he's got a good voice, but she's got a fucking
she's phenomenal. Like,
he could go to Branson, Missouri and do like what are those, when you pretend to be someone else?
Impressionist?
Impersonator.
You
got me there. Thank you. Yeah.
Cover band. He could be the John Mayer single cover band.
Yikes. Okay, so we start Listen to Your Heart. Chris Harrison announces that they're headed to Vegas on tour buses. Woo-hoo. And each couple seems to get their own tour bus.
Yeah, they do.
So, I guess it's only like a 4-hour drive from LA to Vegas. Yeah. It's not a massive road trip. Like, I feel like they made it out to be like this cross-country road trip.
They did, yeah.
But I do think a 4-hour road trip with somebody that you have only been hanging out with for a couple of weeks is pretty substantial, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
If you're a gassy person, that's a long time to hold in gas.
You just gotta let it go.
Right?
Yeah, Pat would have been like, that's expected of Ashley.
But yeah, so they get on the tour buses
Yep. They spent a lot of time showing Matt and Rudy.
Yeah, I have in my notes. There was a lot of focus on them this episode.
There was a lot of foreshadowing. I thought for sure they were gonna like choke in the actual performance, and based on all the foreshadowing that they had of them,
I didn't think they were gonna go to Vegas. I thought they were gonna stop in that little small haunted town and not go to Vegas.
One of them was gonna kill the other one.
Well, they did talk about their first impressions, and she hated him, and he thought she was the craziest bee in the world.
And then somehow they ended up together. I don't know. They're really cute, though. They
are cute together.
Yeah.
I think they just need to chill and get off camera, and I think they would be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have some comments later about, like, during their performance and some things that Rudy says later on, but yeah, I think they'll be okay.
And then on the tour buses, we see Bree and Chris kiss and take Polaroid selfies. Yeah, Trevor sings to Jamie, and I guess afterwards she says that they watched movies and snuggled.
I guess. Yeah. That was probably too boring to film.
Yeah.
Right.
And Ryan and Natasha literally apparently did nothing but stare out the window.
Yeah, I have no notes on them.
Yeah.
It was like 3 seconds of just showing them watch the road go by.
I must have fast forwarded through that part. I didn't even know they showed them.
It was very brief.
Very brief.
What are your favorite road trip snacks?
Beef jerky.
Sunflower seeds.
I like cinnamon bears.
You have really good cinnamon bears, though.
We don't anymore because we're both trying to avoid packing on the LBs.
Right.
Ooh, but, yeah, like sour gummy worms. Those are good, too.
Yeah, if you could, eat all the things and not gain any of the weight on a road trip.
That would be amazing.
And combos. I love combos.
Last time we went on a road trip, we did healthy snacks. So we did, grapes and cheese and but it was also like a 32-hour road trip to Florida.
That is true. Yeah, I'm just hypothetically, if you could eat all the things and not gain any of the LBs, cinnamon bears and combos, the pizza kind.
Sunflower seeds are what I use to stay awake.
Do they make your under eyes puffy? All that sodium?
Yeah, they make everything puffy. Oh. But it's just the act of having to crack them and spit them out keeps me awake.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, anyway, sorry. Tangent. I didn't even have that in my notes, but yeah.
It was a good sidebar.
And then they showed us that Rudy is super into Matt.
Yeah.
But he wants to take things slow.
Yeah, and he admits that he's guarded and he's just not sure because he's been through a lot of shit, blah, blah, blah.
So,
which is understandable because he's my age. I think he's 32.
So young.
Yeah.
And
thanks, Ashley.
So that's when they decide to stop and stay at this haunted hotel.
Yeah, at first they ended up at this roadside attraction that I was.
They ended up at a bottle shack or something.
Yeah, I was this place probably has good stories.
Steve would love that. He collects old bottles. He would love that place.
We actually, back in La Crosse, we used to have a house years ago that actually had that many bottles. That was an attraction. People would just drive by their house because they had all those bottles. It was insane.
It is crazy. When dusting, which I have to do now in quarantine because house cleaner lady doesn't come, I'm so scared with the bottles because I'm it's gonna break. I'm gonna drop it. I do things like that. So bad. Anyway, so they stop in a small town it's still in California. And I just assume that they have some fantasy suite action, right?
Yeah, it looks like they did. They slept in the same bed. They closed the
door.
Which apparently hasn't been allowed up till now.
Yeah.
So they definitely did it.
And even later, Matt was that was a crazy night.
Yeah. They did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So then we get to the next day back in Vegas. Bree and Chris have their first date for Vegas.
They show up at the White Chapel, Little White Chapel.
Little White Wedding Chapel.
Is where my mom got married.
Oh, that's awesome. To her current husband?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
I know. I was like 8 or 9.
Were you
I was
there?
really young. Yeah.
Okay.
And the stained glass windows have not changed.
You remember?
Oh, yeah. I have pictures. We have pictures. In front of us.
That's awesome. And they perform Stand By Me for a couple of random people who've chosen to get married in Vegas. I really want more information about these people.
Well, do you also find it... Go ahead, Ashley.
No, you go.
I found it was interesting. So it was a really cute date. I loved how they sang and all of that. But I do have to point out that the racial backgrounds of these two people were exactly the same as Bree and Chris, which I found very interesting. I feel like that was planned.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even look that
was
deep.
Coincidental.
I didn't look that deep.
Oh, yeah.
I also thought it was just weird, and I wrote that the bride wore blue and that
the red hat thing?
She wore white, and I was like, if you are going to someone's wedding and you're wearing white, like maybe she showed up in white and they were like, ah, crap. Like we need to find a couple that has a bride that
doesn't have white. Oh,
so she's not like upstaging the bride.
Yeah,
and I guess
true too.
a lot of famous people have gotten married there, like Michael Jordan and Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Britney Spears got married too?
Maybe, but that doesn't count. It was 55 hours. Doesn't count.
It counts.
No. I remember waking up on the day, because massive Britney fan here. I remember waking up on the day when after that happened, and I was like, excuse me, what? Oh my God.
That's what Britney said too. She was like, man, how fucking drunk was I?
Right? You see the pictures and you're like, oh, and then thankfully annulment. Sorry, Brandon, whatever his name was. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that country song? There was a country song back in the day where it was like, who sang it? I want to say Alan Jackson, and I don't think that's
What's it?
But
what are the lyrics?
Where he meets a waitress and he doesn't remember her name.
Third Rate Romance.
Alan Jackson. Good job.
Yes.
I thought it was
Sammy Kershaw.
Yeah, I was going to say Third Rate Romance, Hotel Rendezvous. Yeah, that's Sammy Kershaw.
That is not the song I thought you were talking about.
What were you
you were talking about the one where Alan Jackson meets a woman and like can't remember her, marries her, and thinks it's this beautiful woman.
I love you, but I don't even know your name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I was thinking about. You were right.
But we went.
I was thinking of
Sammy
Alan
Kershaw.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. Listen to both of them because they're both great songs. So after they serenade this married couple, Chris starts talking about his dad. And I guess his dad died the same day Chris's best friend from college passed away. And I was just like,
which is rough.
So sad.
Poor guy.
Hopefully he sought counseling.
Hopefully.
Right?
Because that's a lot.
But I think that also speaks a lot to why he's so, I don't know, like I don't know what to say. Like, it's not a bad word. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, he's very calm and thoughtful in his process. And I wonder if
he's very
conscious
conscious
has to do with that experience.
He's conscious about the things that he does and says.
Absolutely.
And then we go back and Rudy and Matt have arrived. And once they've arrived, the only thing that stuck out to me was Trevor saying, "Did you guys get to sleep in the same bed?"
I know, right?
I was like, "Are you 12?"
Question. Yeah.
Maybe Trevor should be with Jamie.
Right?
This explains it.
Yeah. So Trevor and Jamie do get a date card. They and Jamie admits to wanting to declare her love for Trevor.
Yeah.
And then they go to the T-Mobile Arena where a team plays hockey.
Hockey.
That's it. And their names are in the big letters.
I just know that they're new and that they won.
Oh, go team.
Or maybe they didn't win. Now I can't remember. Hockey, I enjoy hockey in person. I don't really follow hockey.
You know what I like in person? Concerts. And podcasting.
Pass.
I just looked at the chairs and then got really sad. Dang.
Well, with this, Ashley can sit here and swing herself.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I was annoying the shit out of you.
Oh, are you making her dizzy? I'm not even.
Every now and then I look down and I'm like, whoa.
I'm sorry. I've got it's a hammock swing. So it's like hammock material, but it's like swing. And it's
Where'd you
beautiful.
Get it?
Amazon.
What is it attached to?
To some hooks on.
Can I see?
Up there.
Okay.
Little hookies.
I want to swing on our front porch so badly.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. It's next to a stable chair. That's what we should do, Steve. Listen to this podcast. Hear me submit my requests. Okay, Trevor and Jamie, they go to an empty hockey ring. They make out a bit while trying to skate.
Oh, yeah. I did make a comment. This is the one time I've been impressed with Jamie. Because I have tried to ice skate a few times, and I would say I'm very athletic. I am not good at ice skating. I spend more time on my ass than on the skates. And she was like whipping around there like nobody's business. I was very impressed. I was like, wow.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Well, I guess Trevor used to play hockey, so she had a good teacher if she hadn't done it before. Amber, have you skated on the ice?
I have.
I bet, being from Wisconsin.
Well, yeah, but I actually didn't really ice skate until I was here.
What? So. Where do you ice skate here?
So down, like, during the holidays and stuff like that, like during the Christmas time, they actually turn... Yeah, they have it downtown. It's
I've
outside.
seen that.
That's where I skated and fell on my ass.
But I don't.
But they also, in Westminster, they also have a ice skating rink or like a hockey rink that they turn into ice skating during certain hours, so you can do that inside.
I used to waitress at the restaurant that sits above that.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be called Bender's. Is it still called Bender's?
I think it's still called Bender's, yeah.
Okay, I think it's under new ownership. Back in like 2009, the economy hit the toilet and I got laid off from my recruiting job. And I was like, okay, waitressing full time. And I used to be a waitress there, and there was a ton of hockey players that would like come in and order pitchers of beer and stuff.
I loved hockey players in college.
I'm almost positive that you have served Nick and MJ during that period of time.
Oh, that's weird. I wouldn't have known you yet, right?
Right.
No, because I wasn't dating Steve yet. When we first started dating, he came there on Father's Day, and he was like, so I have a son and grandkids. And I was like, you want some coffee? Hey. Yeah. So.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good times. So there is an indoor hockey rink. I didn't know if it was still open. That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If Jamie happens to be listening to our podcast, I do want to also encourage her that being 21 and skinny and eating what you want doesn't last forever. And she's just a couple cheeseburgers away from a full-blown muffin top. So,
don't body shame poor Jamie.
I'm not body shaming her.
It really sounds like
it's a good message.
I'm saying she's young and skinny and she's cute. But she's like Kate Upton body. Like Kate Upton does not look like she works out, and she's really skinny and she's very lucky. And so when her metabolism takes over, it's more of like a warning, like, hey,
it's a
be aware of it.
Be aware.
Yeah.
So
it's she has an amazing metabolism right now.
After they get done skating, they lay down on the ice and sit on the ice, and I was just thinking the entire time how cold that must be.
But I loved the little couch that they had set up. Like, they had the little couch and
they had their little hats on.
I know, it's cute.
Then Trevor discloses that he has only said the L word to 2 other people outside of his family.
Yep.
And he gets a bit emotional and says how proud he is of Jamie and yada yada. And she lets him know that she's falling in love with him. And then after saying that, I like the build up. Like, I felt like Trevor was trying to build this up. Like, I've only said this to 2 other people outside of my family. And then later, I'm falling in love with you too. What is that
weird.
Noise?
That's her neighbors.
I'm sorry.
What are they doing?
They're, I don't know, using a power tool.
Okay, dokie.
I'm shocked you heard that and not the birds that I kept looking at. And the birds were super annoying.
So it just felt like there was a lot of build up for, oh, good. They're both in the same spot.
Yeah, I agree. It was very odd. The transition was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But then we move on.
Matt and Rudy.
Yep.
They go to a Shaggy concert. Okay, I was immediately transported to sophomore year of college. Ashley, were you even born yet? To, like, that song. It wasn't me. I was dating a shady mofo at the time, and, that song. I was like, the memories. Anyone else?
It was very good.
Amber, you're
that
eating?
was like middle school for me.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
How is what possible?
Middle school.
Ashley?
Yeah. Like, I was a sophomore in college. You aren't that much younger than me.
Sophomore? How old are you?
Thanks. I am 38.
So that's 6 years. So that's, if I was like 8th grade.
Oh, yeah.
Sophomore in college, that's 4, 5, 6.
I think we should move on from this conversation.
Okay. It's only going to make me sad.
Rudy and Matt get to go on stage and sing, which at first I didn't even recognize Matt's voice. He started singing and I was like, who the fuck is that? All right.
Yeah. It looked like a fun date. It wasn't romantic. It was fun.
Yeah. It was fun until...
Yeah, until Rudy declares that she's falling for Matt in a very abrupt
he's about to
way.
Shit his pants.
And I felt like she was just encouraged by what Jamie did.
Yes.
Like,
right.
I felt like...
She was encouraged by a 21-year-old.
Yeah,
Right.
Don't follow in the footsteps of a 21-year-old. That never ends well.
Well, she's only 24, so...
I don't care. It doesn't end well.
And so Matt, thanks her and says that she's strong and speaking her truth.
Courageous.
Ouch. And Rudy's
then,
rejected.
And then I don't have Twitter, but he posted it on his Instagram. But he was like, hey, future Matt, go back to past Matt and say anything but courageous. Really, anything.
I didn't see that. That's awesome. So now we get to Ryan and Natasha's date. Not so romantic.
Okay, but at the same time, all of a sudden, you go to commercial and you come back and now they're smashing cars.
Smashing old cars.
And you're like, what the fuck? And then you find out that they got a date card that we never even saw happen. It didn't make any sense.
That is listen to your heart. And this is another reason. 1, we don't have time to connect with these people. And 2, it's moving too fast.
Yeah. ABC producers, this would have been a good show if we had gotten to know the people.
But I guess the ratings aren't great. The ratings for the show are not great. And people are stuck inside. They should be the best that they could ever be. I
think it's to the same point that Ashley was making a couple weeks ago or last week, where
probably
if they would have drawn it out a little bit longer, if it had been 8 weeks versus 6, I think that there would be a bigger interest, because we're just getting rushed through these people and we barely get a chance to see anything. Mm-hmm. It's just very odd.
Yeah. So now we get to rehearsals.
Yeah.
Because I had no other comments about their date except they were smashing cars.
All of it was just a weird transition. You're a commercial and now they're crushing cars, and then all of a sudden they're opening what looks like a date card, but it's their song card that tells them what songs they're singing.
Right.
It was very weird.
And
I was very confused.
Rudy is still freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, they keep panning back to her.
Yeah.
She has now replaced Jamie. So Jamie is no longer losing her shit. And Rudy has fucking lost her damn mind.
Jamie transferred her chaotic mentality to Rudy.
Yeah. Exactly what happened.
So we have our judges.
Yep.
Ari and Lauren. Train singer Pat.
Oh, you're back.
Did anyone go away?
Yeah, I lost both of you.
Oh. So it must be on your side. Then we have Ashley Simpson and Evan Ross, who I think is Diana Ross's grandson?
Yeah, I had no idea who the fuck that guy was.
Yes, he is part of the Ross family.
Yeah. Super, music royalty. So we have Chris and Bree, who are going to sing Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley, which is so fitting since they're in Vegas.
And boring. And
it was very boring.
I know. I wrote, it's okay.
I fast-forwarded through
it's okay. I'm Juan Pablo. It's okay. And then we have Trevor and Jamie singing Just a Kiss by Lady Antebellum.
Which I have to admit, it was pretty good.
Jamie has found her confidence.
Yes. She brought it to the stage. I'm not saying that they're my favorite couple, but it was so much better than what they have been doing.
Correct.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it. I just after the first, I don't like her voice.
No, she sounded good this week.
Yeah, I thought her voice was actually better than it has been in previous weeks. I think she did a fairly good job.
I'll go back.
So there's definitely still some vocal challenges, but it was way better.
And then we get to the train wreck of Ryan and Natasha trying to sing Perfect by Ed Sheeran.
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 And Beyonce.
Sheeran.
And they tried to change it. So they tried to make it their own, which I'm not against, but they did a horrible job at it.
Did they not practice enough?
I didn't like how they changed it.
I didn't understand.
Well, she sang the wrong verse.
Yeah. But I was also extremely distracted by what the fuck she was doing with the damn microphone.
Yeah, that was weird.
She kept moving his microphone and moving it around, and then she handed it to him, and he's trying to play it. It was all fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And even the train guy was like, I don't know why he had to play guitar, man.
Yeah. It was so weird.
Only quote of the episode, Ashley.
Yeah.
I put lots of quotes.
It was just a very awkward performance.
Yeah, I think some of the feedback was that it was basically two different performances and too much of a performance. Mm-hmm. And I could not agree more.
And then we have the performance that was the soundtrack of tracked. Is there a T?
Yeah, sure.
There's not a T. A soundtrack of this entire show.
Yeah.
Tell your neighbor to stop.
Sorry.
Shallow.
Right? What the fuck, Ashley?
By Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
I'll go inside.
Shallow. It is the anthem of Listen to Your Heart. Finally happened.
Such a good job.
Rudy was fire.
Well, I also so this is where I had most of my comments is right before they show them on stage. Rudy is basically saying, you know what? Screw this. I know what I want and I'm going to fight for this. And I think that's I love the most about them is that they're real. You see the ups and downs. I mean, I think with Bree and Chris, you barely see anything at all. It just seems to be this, they've been married for 50 years and they don't have any issues or something.
Right.
And this, weird smile that she does all the time.
Right. It's very awkward. And, Trevor and Jamie are just a whole other situation. But with Rudy and Matt, it seems real. And I think sometimes that is how it is. You don't always fall in love at the exact same time. And sometimes you have to fight for things and you have to work through people's issues and their baggage and all of that.
That might not be our neighbor. That might be Pat.
What the fuck, Pat?
Pat, we're trying to record a podcast. Stop doing that sound.
Killing me.
She's on mute. Okay. So now we get to the rose ceremony.
Yeah, it's Pat.
Tell him to stop.
What a dick.
The now on air sign is lit. Oh my gosh. No respect, Pat. No respect. Okay.
I think it's worse in here.
Yeah, probably if he's doing it.
Anyway, go ahead.
So now rose ceremony. Couples that receive a rose, Jamie and Trevor, Rudy and Matt, Bree and Chris. And we say goodbye to Ryan and Natasha.
Thank God.
And now they head to the best city in the world, Nashville, Tennessee.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
There's a dog in our podcast. What is happening? You guys are not focused today.
I'm totally focused.
Lies. You're making out with a dog. She's not making out with a dog. Her mouth is closed. But the dog is definitely trying to penetrate the mouth with his tongue.
Penetrate.
I know. Okay. So listen to your heart. We have 1 week left. What do you think it's going to be like next week? Are you guys still here?
I know who Whoa. Sorry.
Dude, I'm going to fucking kill
Get in your car.
What is he doing? Is he like building a table?
He's building something.
Okay.
I'm down in the basement. Maybe it'll be better down here.
So do you guys have any thoughts about what the final episode might look like?
So I think this whole time, Bree and Chris have been very like steady. And so I think that there's this idea that they might win. But I think Rudy and Matt might be able to pull this off.
Right? We'll see.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm with you about Rudy and Matt. And I think Bree and Chris are going to take a tumble.
But what if Jamie, who has found her confidence, and now she's going to her hometown, she's going to be like, uber, like, woo!
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what I want to happen. It's just what I'm wondering might happen. She's going to feel comfortable.
I still don't always buy Trevor. Like, his emotions for Jamie, I sometimes don't always buy it. I don't know that I really see them doing this long term. Like, I don't know.
He's just a little puppy. He's following the pretty girl.
I'm on Team Moody.
Moody?
Yeah. Rudy and Matt.
It's what they call themselves.
That's what they call themselves.
Stop.
I'm with you. I'm on Team Moody.
I would like that. I like Matt. I really do. We'll see.
I think Nick and I had a name, it would be like Eek.
I think the fact that the train guy was like, if you guys could make your own music and sound like that, like original music, that would be amazing.
Oh, for sure. I agree. I like it.
It's fine. Okay, so what are you guys watching? I got lots.
So Nick and I did start watching, Janet, help me.
Dead to Me?
What did we start watching? What?
Outer Banks.
Ozarks.
Yes. For some reason I had that in my head, but I thought that wasn't the right show. So we did start watching Ozarks. I think we're like 4 episodes in. It's been pretty good.
You have to like binge. You have to commit. Get into it, girl.
We don't binge. We don't binge. Yeah. Nick can't binge.
He has ADD, right?
I don't know. He's got a lot of things.
So you're 4 episodes in. Are you pulled into the story now?
I think so.
Like, I felt when we started watching it, and after we got past the first couple episodes, I found myself thinking about it when I wasn't watching it and going, oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's what I mean by, are you into it?
Yeah. That's the only new show that we've been watching.
Ashley?
I got to talk quick because he's not doing anything. We have not really been watching much. We watched the news. And, we're trying to rewatch the whole Star Wars series because the new Star Wars got released on May the 4th, and sorry. And I want to watch it, but I need to watch all the. That's just how I am. That's my OCD. I need to watch all of them before I can watch that one because I don't remember what happened.
Well, I don't think I could watch any of them.
So I got things to talk about, guys. I got things. I'm a binging hooer. So last week I went through Outer Banks, which is about these teenagers that are searching for gold. I went through the whole season. Amazing. Even though it's like a teen show, like it focuses on teenagers, like it's a very dark and twisted. Working Moms, which I don't remember which season it's in. I've been watching it for quite some time. It's based on these moms that are like working and they're in Canada, and it's freaking hilarious. I heard
really good things about it.
Yeah, I just binged the most recent season that I think dropped Friday. I'm all caught up with that. Dead to Me season 2. Oh my gosh, Christina Applegate, who has the best hair in the world. So how we left off season 1, it picked right up and just kept on with the twists and the dark turns. It's a comedy, but it's a dark, twisted comedy. So I definitely recommend that. And then Fuller House. I am all caught up with Fuller House, and I guess they're going to drop the second half of the last season in June. And I
love Fuller House.
Super excited. I've been waiting for it because I know it's going to end. And when I got to the end, I was like, this can't be it. And I had to Google, the second part of it's going to be dropped. Yeah. So
that does make more sense, because I think I watched it and I was like, that's a really shitty end. Like, not shitty, but like it didn't make any sense.
There was a proposal and talk about planning weddings, and then it was over. And I was like, did they get the plug pulled with no they didn't know? But then I Googled. So June, they're going to drop the last part of the last season. Kind of like they did with The Ranch.
Oh, okay.
So that's it. And I just noticed on Disney Plus that the most recent Lion King has been released. So that is in my queue to watch this weekend. And I want to watch the most recent version of Aladdin. King? Yeah.
What?
The live action.
The live action one.
No, I don't think it's live action. It's the CG like Lion King. It's not the live action. It's the one that was most recently.
Action.
Is it?
They consider it live action.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm going to watch that and Aladdin this weekend. That is also on my to-dos, which I have a lot of time, so I'll be fine. What are you guys listening to?
I'm trying to think. So I know that I've been reading. I've been going back and forth between like reading and then listening to my book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I've downloaded any new music recently.
I haven't either. Not since last week.
Yeah, and since I've been so involved with my book series, I haven't really been listening to many of the podcasts or like looking for new podcasts. So I don't really have anything new.
Yeah, really? Mine has all been TV.
Girls gotta eat.
Yeah, we have like 3 minutes left of the podcast, lady. I've if I'm not doing things, I'm watching TV. I am getting caught up with podcasts, but like it's the same old things, like Crime Junkie and Your Favorite Things. The Your Favorite Things podcast tried to do a Zoom. And the max is 100, so I didn't realize that. So like 5 minutes before it was supposed to start, I tried to join, and I was not in the first 100.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it had a max of 100.
I didn't either.
They should just do a live stream. You can
why would you not do a live stream?
Because I think they wanted people to interact and talk, like their audience.
I think there's a way you can
live stream.
Like, at least I know on Google Meets, you can live stream, and then people can comment.
Brandy Cyrus, Wells Adams, I know you listen to this podcast. Feel free to take Ashley's advice.
Yes.
They do? Or that's a joke?
They totally do, Ashley. They do not.
I am getting my nails done on Friday. I know, that's controversial. I know. No, I'll have the mask on.
So the nail place, I'm actually like, I feel like that's a safer place because I think you still have the ability to like social distance, but everybody wears a mask there. Everything's sanitized. So like that one, I don't really think about that much. I did text message my hair person to see if they have appointments in June.
Oh, good.
So,
because you want to chop it off.
I'm not going to like chop it off, but I'm definitely annoyed. I need some layers because everything's like the same length and I need some color. I'm over it.
Yeah. Yeah. So going back to the office on Monday, I have good hair-ish and I'm going to have nails. I'm just going to be ready to go.
There you go. Oh, and I've decided that I actually really like the Color Street process. So I'm strengthening my nails and I might just stay with that for a while.
I've been doing this LED gel kit, and it's fine.
Oh, that's right.
It's like digging in the dirt like I did this weekend. Like, I had to, like, redo half my nails on Monday.
Yeah, fair.
Do you have your positive, Polly?
You do your wine thing, and I'll pull it up.
All right, from the wine book, we have number 2. To enjoy a sparkling wine at their very best, you serve it very cold. The bubbles stay smaller and last longer on low temperatures, about 5 degrees Celsius or 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right, then.
I like my bubbles.
There you go. All right, positive Polly. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. Time will pass anyway.
Yes. Keep dreaming, y'all. Well, we'll be back next week with the finale of Listen to Your Heart.
I was like, finale of what?
Ashley,
I thought you meant like this podcast, and I was like, what?
You missed the memo. No, we'll be around forever. I renewed our Podbean subscription.
You guys are stuck with us.
You're stuck with us. All right. Feel free to follow us, share us. We're everywhere. Look in our notes. We have all of our things. Thank you guys so much for listening. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.